The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This defense for the Vikings, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
4 yards the pickup, first down. The Niners sitting at 5-2 on the year. And they've been playing well, really well. I mean, winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
The key for them, generating offense and finding a way to put the ball in the end zone. I mean, you get held under 10 points in your last game. Very hard to win in the NFL. Frankly, it's very hard to win in any league scoring that few points.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards, first down Niners.
And this is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. That is caught. And he's taken down inside the 30. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Dialing up another pass here. Pickett.
This nigga Jalen Waddle is so fast.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Cousins. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Ayuk goes in motion. Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. You look at this Niner defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the number 1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
They'll throw again. Cousins. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Cousins. And he will slide down, but a penalty marker down as well. And it looks like this is going to be all for naught. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. And the slot man goes in motion left. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins now. He's got his man. That's Ertz downfield. A very solid gain of 27.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Play fake. Cousins. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That's on the guard, Laken Tomlinson. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To the air again, it's Cousins. He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Ayuk goes in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. That's Kalijah Cansey in to get him down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a first down coming up. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Off play action. Pickett. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Second down, Cousins. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins. That is caught at the 7. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now Cousins. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Jamal Agnew. And he finally goes out of bounds, so he couldn't take it the distance, but all the way inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. On play action, Cousins. Ertz has it left side. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Devontae Smith, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings have regained the lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit.
Shedding the tackle that gives him some room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there. Pickett now from the gun here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Niners are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Here's Pickett on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
Second and 9 now from the 21. Ayuk going to go in motion right. Here's Cousins. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Throwing is Cousins. He's got Ayuk once again. And he goes out right around the 39. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing, Cousins. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Cousins now on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Pickett looking to throw on 2nd down. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. 2nd and 10. Dialing up another pass here. Pickett. A throw left sideline, falls incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Juju Brents. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
49ers 7.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Sheds off the tackle. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Play action now. Cousins. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Cousins on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. That one goes for 24 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Hey, we're good, we're good. First.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
They'll throw again. Cousins. Zach Ertz has it complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll run with Sanders. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Play fake. Cousins. They'll roll him out right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kirk Cousins taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Second down, here's Pickett. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Now Pickett. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 4 yards the pickup, first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this.
And the third interception thrown by Cousins. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick, and the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And quickly, they get to the line. Pickett now on first down. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Another 49er first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Looking to throw, Pickett. He completes it to Olave. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
That's another 49er. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. On first and 10, it's Pickett. Escaping the pressure right. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
Back to throw, Pickett. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot. And now the rookie's free. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Cousins. This is Smith with a grab. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Second down, Cousins. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Pickett to throw on 1st down. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards. From the gun, here's Pickett. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Pickett back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And now off to the races down the right side. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38.
Good route here.
Throwing is Cousins. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's going to be incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Cousins. Buying time to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. On play action, Cousins. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Leonard Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Pickett back to the air on 2nd down. Catch is made by Metcalf. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
To the air on 1st down with Pickett. They complete it to Hill. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Pickett. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Pickett.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Niners 1st down by a good couple of yards as they end up getting 6 there on 4th and 4. Looking to throw here. Pickett. Oh, he still makes the catch, even though it was tipped at the line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second down and a yard.
34-yard line.
Pickett to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And the Vikings hands team able to recover. And that should just about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he will have a Viking first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Vikings first down.
Two. Hey, bring up 48.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Minnesota, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Niners,